2, 1. Broadcasting tape delayed from a metro station in Washington, D.C., the Sports Economy Show is on. Talking about prop bets today. And we got some headline news. It's a little late, but hey. December 17th, 2024. U.S. Senate Committee on the Judiciary. America's high-stakes bet on legalized sports gambling. Full committee hearing. Presiding, Senator Durbin. This is official stuff, folks. The hearing was part of an effort by Congress to examine the impact of legalized sports betting. The sports betting industry has exploded since 2018, once New York stopped trying to sue DraftKings. When the Supreme Court, 2018, when the Supreme Court paved the way for states to adopt betting with minimal oversight by the federal government. Federal government's got to have oversight on everything. Everything. All right. It is clear gambling problems have grown over the last 6 years, especially among young, online male sports bettors. Shocking. Keith White of the National Council on Problem Gambling said in his testimony, Senator Richard Blumenthal has introduced legislation that would put federal guardrails on sports betting. It would ban prop bets on college athletes and limit advertising for betting platforms and promotional offers. Right now, you can make a prop bet. I looked it up today. You can make prop bets on tonight's NCAA basketball games on players.
You can make a prop bet on anything.
Yeah.
You
pick up your mobile phone, baby, and we're on it. That's it.
Pick up fancy phone.
Pick up fancy phone.
Hook it up with the mobile.
Make your prop bets.
Yeah.
All right. 38 states and the District of Columbia, which is where we're at right now, have approved sports betting, and the list is expected to grow in 2025. Baker says 19 of those currently allow prop betting on college sports. This problem has become so large, the United States Congress is considering banning prop bets on college athletes. What say you, JP?
Well, I mean, there's a reason why they want to, ban prop bets because, you got a bunch of dumbasses out there who basically don't know how to handle their emotions, and they basically are taking it out on the players. You got people, you can't look. As Cam Newton said, there's no such thing as the student athletes anymore in college, because they're getting paid.
That went away in the 50s.
Right. Even when I was in college in the 80s, they were college athletes, student athletes. Were they really? That's to be determined. So anyway, what I'm going to focus on is what happens when you add gambling to college sports, right? College athletes. I mean, look, if you take, a situation where you have gambling involved, usually you have some controversy because there's money involved. So there's been past scandals, the 1950 City College of New York with the point shaving in 1994, Arizona State basketball team. There were two guys on the basketball team who actually got in trouble with their own betting debts. And the bookie decided, you know what, you're going to do, since you can't make the payments, you're going to shave points on your games.
For me.
And, so they did that. And then once they supposedly paid off their debts, because,
the money was
bookie
good.
was associated with some of the wrong crowd, they kind of forced them to keep doing it and became a big thing until the FBI and got involved.
Oh, and the University of Kentucky had 2 seasons taken away from them in the 1950s for point shaving.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, my favorite team.
Hey, we won.
But
we didn't win by as much as people thought we were going to win. Who's really hurt, in this situation? That's the way you got to look at it, right?
That's the way you look at it.
So anyway, the other thing I want to focus on is the players. You have the players are doing the right thing. They show up, they play the game, they play hard, they do everything they possibly can for their team to win. And then what happens? What do they get for the reward of being a great student athlete? Supposedly, they get threatened.
They get harassed
and messaged by dumbasses who lose their
Do
bets.
have you seen anything where they have received death threats?
Yes, I have.
Really?
Yes, I have. And
How would you like to get a phone call saying, "You better fix this, or next time you might be losing a kneecap"?
right, 2 years ago in the tournament, the Alabama guard, I got his name in there. He plays in the NBA.
That guy,
Brandon Miller.
Brandon Miller.
Brandon Miller played for Alabama, and Miller basically, after they beat Texas A&M in the tournament, they were playing in Texas.
Yeah.
And people decided they were going to threaten him. And then you also had gamblers who weren't happy with the outcome of the game. And he got threatened, and then all of a sudden, reporters nonchalantly interviewed him, asked him, "Hey, who's the guy over there?" "Oh, that's my security because I'm getting death threats." Armando Baycott from UNC, he decided to stay for his 5th year. He basically said it because he loved college, but in reality,
he would have went to the NBA if he could.
That's right.
Yes.
And, NIL money.
NIL money's good. We did a show on it. NIL money's good.
NIL money makes it a little bit easier to hang out at college for another year,
Yeah.
So anyway, he comes out on in a press conference and says, "You know what? I get messages all the time from gamblers basically saying you messed up my, my prop bet. You messed up this, whatever it is."
Yeah.
People just aren't happy and aren't satisfied. And, as a result, the athletes pay for it. For example, Bill, you ever heard of a guy named Carson Barrett?
No.
You never heard of Carson Barrett?
Never heard of Carson Barrett.
Listen, if Carson Barrett walked into this room right now with a T-shirt that said,
I'm Carson
Barrett, it would be the first time I would realize that was Carson Barrett. Carson Barrett was a bench player for 2024 Purdue Boilermakers.
Yeah.
And you know what? He got his one shining moment in the tournament where he got to play in the first round at the end in mop-up time. And so what does he do? He hits a three-pointer at the end of the game, makes his day, right?
Yeah.
Nah, after that,
every bench player's dream, every walk-on player's dream.
Right.
To hit a three.
His day.
Yeah.
Teammates celebrate.
Yeah.
And so what happens? His three-pointer took the betting line, went over the betting line to 26, and thus everybody who betted the line that,
if you bet the over,
that
you
Purdue,
lost.
Right. No. If Purdue would have not got that three-pointer, everyone who bet on the opposing team would have won the bet.
All right.
So what happens? He gets stressed. He gets death threats. People telling him to kill himself. Just how it is. People mentally cannot handle gambling losses, and it's a bad mix because unfortunately these players. I mean, look, we're being lighthearted, but these players really are.
This ain't good. I mean, for an 18, 19-year-old kid, this is rough. For us, we can deal with. You want to give me a death threat? Come visit me.
Right. That's right. That's right.
But an 18, 19, they're not really ready for this.
No. And what if they were your child?
Yeah.
You have a child in college, and here you are. They're walking around with security. It's really not a joking matter, even though we're being a little lighthearted. But
And all these sites give you, hey, call this 1-800 number if you have a problem. Really. That's what you got.
But bet.
Just
keep betting.
That's right.
Just bet responsibly.
Because remember, LeBron James says, bet with us.
That's right.
That's right.
Him and Kevin Hart.
Yeah, that's right.
Draft Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
singing his songs on the one leg parlay. That's Jamie Foxx in the commercial. All of these people have something to do with gambling because there's a lot of money involved in it. But it really is, there is a dark side to it.
Yeah, there is. And it's really bad. So anyway, but this is the road we're going on, and it's not going to end anytime soon.
Yeah.
Until the government bans prop bets, baby. Coming to a town near you.
Which is, surprising that they have it. Because,
Prop bets?
The government. Because, the one thing, the one source that has not got their hands on it is the government.
Yes, but they want to straighten this out.
Eventually. They don't get their hands on it.
Like I just said, Senator Richard Blumenthal has introduced legislation that would put federal guardrails on sports betting. It would ban prop bets on college athletes.
Right.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
They're going to ban it.
It's going to happen.
And sometimes, maybe it should be. You shouldn't be giving these people death threats. Just saying.
I would just say it's probably not good to do that. Right?
Yeah.
Whether it's Joe who works in your office, or, the guy who cuts your hair. Death threats aren't a good thing. You probably shouldn't do it.
No, they're not.
You probably shouldn't do it. It can get you in a lot of trouble if you get caught. To be honest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's all I got.
All right. Well, remember, like and subscribe because we need to go $1 zillion because we need to go lobby Congress to make sports entertainment much, much better.
Amen.
See you.
So long, everybody.